As the kind of like the moral ground for supporting the Labour government drops away from beneath us, I find myself struggling to explain what it is I'm actually campaigning for and against. And increasingly, I find myself explaining to people when they tell me the worst, their worst things, how they can't bring themselves to vote Labour anymore. I find myself saying to them, look, our real enemy in all this, in trying to make a better society, is not the government or the Conservative Party, it's cynicism and apathy. They're our real enemies. If we're ever going to make a better world, we've got to have to be able to overcome that. And one of the most cynical, apathetic things that anybody's said to me in these last 6 years is that the Labour government are just the same as the Conservatives were. I know they're far to the right than we were ever expecting. I know they encourage you to be cynical, but I refuse to accept that they are as bad as the Tories. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you what my proof of that is. I'll tell you what my proof of that is. If they were as bad as the Tories were in the 1980s, then the BNP would never be able to win seats. The fact that those bastards have re-emerged, those evil bastards have come back. Those of you with long memories will remember the last time they won any seats as the National Front, that was also when there was a Labour government in. So you'll know when we finally get that ultra-right Labour government, because the BNP won't be able to get anywhere. And this year, with the European elections coming up, we're going to have to go out and confront those arseholes again. Not the Labour government, the BNP. We're going to have to confront them with our arguments and with our Dr. Martens. And to me, it was a matter of great honour that I was invited to come along to the first big meeting of Unite Against Fascism, which has been run here in London with the Anti-Nazi League and the Lord Mayor's office. It's the Mayor of London, rather, office. It's a great honour to be part of that. I went along to their gig. I think I was on the bill as something for the mums and dads. That's okay. That's okay. It was brilliant. The rest of the bill was all young urban stuff. There was dancers, rappers, DJs. It was just incredible. So glad I didn't have to compete with them. I had to follow them, but I didn't have to compete with them. And it was great to see the audience was full of young people. And it really encouraged me, because the first political thing I ever did was go on a Rock Against Racism march to Victoria Park in Hackney to see the Clash in 1978. So that's why I came in. So I was able to say to them, now you, like me, you've come into this, and now you're part of a great anti-fascist tradition that stretches all the way back to beyond the Spanish Civil War. You're part of a fine tradition. And, we have a great message to give you from the last great confrontation in the 1970s, and that is, with our passion, with our joy, and with our culture, we beat those bastards last time, and we're going to beat them the same way again.